Around 3 p.m., shots were fired outside of the Capitol building. Police say a woman in a black sedan got in a confrontation with police officers after trying to ram her car through the barricade outside of the White House. When that was unsuccessful, she fled the scene in her car and got into a police chase. This is the video that you are seeing of that police chase. What you can't see inside of that car is that there is a child in there and that the driver is a female. She is now reported dead. Just unbelievable footage coming out of this really chaotic scene playing out here in Washington, D.C. Capitol Hill was temporarily put on lockdown, but has since returned to business. RT correspondent Liz Wall now with the latest. Liz, what is the scene like outside of Capitol Hill right now?
Well, the scene, it was quite chaotic, but we are told that the scene has been secured. Now we know that the D.C. police, Capitol Hill police, FBI, Secret Service, all of them are investigating what exactly happened here. We're about as close as we can get to where shots were fired. We're told several shots were fired. I spoke to a couple witnesses that said they heard one shot after another. It's possible, we don't really know who fired those shots. We're hearing now that most of those shots, if not all of them, were actually fired by authorities trying to stop the suspect. You played that video earlier before, and that's where it all began, at the White House, about a mile away from here, is when it began. Apparently the suspect tried to ram through a barricade, and that is when a high-speed chase started, came all the way here around near the Capitol, and that's where it ended, and that's where we're told more shots rang out. We saw in that video it was a black car that was the target of this chase. We do not know much about that suspect, but we do know that she is a female. We're not sure. There's conflicting reports on the status. We're going to hear, there's actually a press conference that's going to be underway pretty soon where we should be learning more details. We're told that there was a child inside of that vehicle, but that child is okay. We're told we're not sure how many people have been hurt, how many people injured. We know that at least one person has been injured, and that person is a police officer. So we are told, though, that this is an isolated incident. It's not terrorism related, and at the moment, the scene has been secured. Megan.
And something important to mention is that those barricades have been up since the Oklahoma City bombing, so obviously there was no danger of that woman actually getting into the White House. But from what you're hearing, Liz, was there any trouble, any kind of situation with senators, members of Congress, anybody being in danger?
Well, we don't. All we know is that there were several shots that were fired. That's what witnesses are telling me. Spoke to one witness that said he heard 7 shots ring out. As I said before, we're not sure, though, where those shots came from. It's presumed now at this point that a lot of them actually came from authorities. Where we can presume because that the Capitol was under lockdown, and they have deemed this the Capitol secure now. So we can presume now that the scene is safe. We're told that it's not active anymore. Oh, you can see that still there's a lot of authorities here investigating here at the scene. But at this point, we're told it's an isolated incident, that it's not terrorism related. As we know, D.C. is very, very much on edge, especially after just a couple of weeks ago, there was the deadly mass shooting over in Navy Yard, not too far away from here, that resulted in the deaths of 12 people. So that is still fresh in the minds of many people here in D.C. Of course, it's a tense time in that building over there with a government shutdown underway, with the House and Senate unable to agree on a deal, on a budget deal. So a very tense time with this government shutdown underway. It's unclear, though, what the motive is. We don't know much about the suspect, except that she is female, that there was a child inside of that car. We don't know what a motive. Hopefully we'll be learning more and more details as they're released to us, Megan.
And obviously this is a very popular place to be in the District of Columbia. Lots of people come here to visit for tourism reasons, so obviously there was a lot of witnesses. We do have the testimony of one witness to go ahead and listen to right now.
Just, swarms of police converging on the Capitol after that.
What was going through your mind when this was happening?
I was thinking about the Navy Yard because I work near there. So, and it was like, it reminded me of that.
So obviously, Liz, this is very scary. As you mentioned, it comes just a couple of short weeks after that Navy Yard shooting. So what else can we expect to hear from this press conference that's coming up in just about a half an hour here?
I think at this press conference, we're expected to hear more details. As I mentioned, there's a lot of things that are up in the air. We know that shots were fired. Hopefully we'll learn more as to who fired those shots, how many people have been injured, the status of the suspect and any of those injured, the status of that police officer that is reported to have been wounded during this ordeal. So we should be learning more, Megan, as more details come out, but still unfolding as we speak right now.
It is a very lucky situation and a very lucky day when you can report that there are no victims injured at this point, or I should say dead. There is that one police officer who is at the hospital right now. RT correspondent Liz Wall bringing us that breaking news from Capitol Hill. Thank you so much.